If you find yourself struggling to remember what your schedule for the day, week, month or year looks like, make sure you never miss an important event with your iPad. This lesson is going to look at the calendar, in particular at how you add an event in calendar. So let's open the calendar app. And first of all, have a look at the different views you can look at with your events. At the moment, we're looking at the month view with the current date highlighted in red. Go to the day view and you can scroll across to look at different days. And it shows you with blocks of time blocked out and the actual events on the right, and you can edit those events straight from there. The weekly view, and that's just showing blocks of time. You can tap an event to edit it or delete it. And the month view shows the whole month in perspective. It's a bit easier. And then the year, so you could pick a specific day or month in the year. To go to the next year, just scroll up. It's 2015, or to go backwards, scroll the other way. So let's put it back to the month. And first of all, we're in October. Now the other buttons down here, you've got the search button up here. So if you're looking for a specific event, rather than scrolling up and down trying to find it, I can search all events where I have to pay the rates. Search. So I can see when they're due without having to scroll, and then done. The plus button adds a new event, which we'll look at shortly. The today button will take you back to the current day from wherever you are. So if I've gone back into 2013, the 8th of August in 2013, if I tap the today button, it will take me back to the current day. If you have multiple calendars, as I do, so I've got a calendar for the dog and multiple calendars for me and for the family, you can choose which calendars are displayed on your calendar and turn them on and off. So at the moment it's just my calendar events, but I can go into the calendar button and display any other calendars. So I could put Harry, which is the dog, and done, and I can see any events that refer to him. So today he has to have his worming tablet, and then I can go back and hide them again. So you can have multiple calendars, just selecting which ones you want, and done. So let's look at how you add an event. So tap the plus button and put in the name of the event. So this one's going to be a lunch, and its location. And then a decision. Is it an all-day event or is it just a block of time? So if it was an all-day event and you slid that across, then it effectively starts on Friday and ends on Friday. So it blocks out those two start and end date. For me, it's going to be a long lunch every week. It's going to start, not today, it's going to start on Tuesday, 28th of October at 12 p.m. And it's going to end, so tap the end, and it's going to end at 3. So you can slide these things up and down for the time in the AM or PM. It's going to end at 3 p.m. And if it's going to be a regular event, you could schedule that in your calendar to repeat. If it's not, you would just leave that alone. So I'm going to say, yes, it is. It's going to happen every week. And it's going to end on sometime in January. So I have it in January, and it's not letting me move because I have to change the year. 2005, December, on the 28th of December 2015. So I can go back to new events. So it's going to be happening every week until the last one will be in December 2015. Now you also get the option to include travel time. So I'd say, yes, I do. I want to have at least 1 hour's travel time incorporated into the calendar so that when I get an alert to let me know that I've got an event, it incorporates this travel time. Now, which calendar is it going on? I have to select from all of my multiple calendars which calendar it's going to be displayed on, so I have that one correct. If I pick a different calendar and I'm not showing that calendar, then I won't see any events. And I could also invite someone. So I can go into the plus and add somebody else to have lunch with me. Now that an email will be sent to Linda where she can accept or decline. And go back to event. And then you have alerts. So if I go into alert, I'd like to have an alert 1 hour before travel time. So that's going to give me at least a couple of hours before I actually have to be there. So it tells me 1 hour before you have to leave. And then a second alert the day before and show as busy on the calendar. Now in the notes I can actually put the name of the restaurant or wherever it is, any important detail about that event, and then add. And that adds that event to your calendar. And you can see here on the 28th is lunch. I can tap it to see all of the information, and I can edit it if I want to change anything. And it gives you the essentials, what day it is and how long that event is. It's a weekly event, and that includes 1 hour travel time. And because it's a weekly event, it should be recurring. So you can see there in November, every Monday at 12 o'clock, that event is recurring. And all through December, all through January. And it's going and recurring until December. So obviously I've made a mistake in my repeat criteria because it keeps going up until December 2015. So I need to adjust it because I only want it to repeat till January. So back to October and pick the first one and edit. And I want to edit the repeat. You can see it ends on December 2015. I want that to be January 2015. So tap event, then tap done. And I want to save for all future events. So that shouldn't end. Here we are in December. Here we are in January, and it stops. So that's how you add an event and edit an event. Now you can also add an event from an email. So if I go back to my mail, and in the first message I've received a dinner invitation from a friend. And anything that is typed that includes a date will turn up as a link. When you tap and hold that, I can create an event in my calendar. It gives me the opportunity to just add more information. So I can put in the Oaks Hotel and done. And any times putting it into my calendar. So selecting the calendar and putting an alert in. So 1 hour before. Include the travel time. 1 hour. And add. So when I go back into the calendar and into, let's tap today to get back quickly. And the 29th, there it is there, dinner. And you can see all the information there. We can also edit it. Now to add sounds to your alerts, you do that from settings, sounds, and in this section here, you indicate what your calendar alert will be. So at the moment it's a chord, which I think is the default. And you can just pick different ones till you find one you like. So I'll pick circles. Store means that you will take you to the iTunes store where you can buy some sounds. And then that's the sound that's now allocated to calendar alerts. There are also some settings in Mail Contacts Calendar. And at the bottom there are the calendar settings. So you can select your default calendar. So if I have multiple calendars, I'll bring up all my calendars. This is my default calendar. I want to set that one. The start of the week, I'd like the week to start on Monday, even though it says Sunday is the default. Default alert times. So you could have anybody's birthday that you've included in your calendar. You could send out a default alert 1 week before, or all-day events. You could send out an alert 1 week before, just so you don't have to keep remembering how to do them yourself. You can sync. How far back do you want to sync events? Alternate calendars. So there's some other language calendars that you could put in. Time zone override. So if you turn this on, then anything that you put in terms of a event, it could be something that's been sent from someone in America, for example, and it will be in an American time zone. If you do time zone override, it will show that time in your time zone. So it'll show the event for me in Melbourne time. So they're the only settings for calendars. Now, apart from entering your events manually or adding them using the email, you can also add an event using Siri. And Siri can add events for you. So you need to have Siri enabled. So make sure you have done that, going into settings and general Siri, and that you've turned Siri on. And you can muck around with the settings here. I think I'll change it to a male voice. Okay, so to activate Siri, hold the home button. Schedule dinner with Tim on the 27th of November.
Okay, what time is the event?
6 p.m.
I don't understand. XPM. What time is your event?
6 p.m.
Okay, I set up your event with Tim for the 27th of November 2014. Shall I schedule it?
And then you just tap confirm.
I scheduled your event with Tim for 6 p.m. the 27th of November 2014.
We're going to have a look in the calendar. And there it is there, the 27th. Now I can go in and edit that if there's more information that needs to be put in. So to use Siri needs a lot of practice, and I think it's quicker, for me anyway, it's quicker to just put it all in myself. So in this lesson, we looked at how you added an event and edited events in the calendar.